All right, let's see what she got to say about how Africa was divided by all these European countries, because this is something that I'm abreast in a lot of history, especially history in regards to blacks and Africans. But let's see what she got to say, because
Have you ever wondered how Africa came to be divided up and colonized by a bunch of European countries? If you've never heard of the Berlin Conference of 1884, you're about to get a window into the very definition of audacity. Leaders from 13 European countries, plus the US and Ottoman Empire, decided to hold a conference in Berlin in 1884 to decide what countries got to rule various regions of the African continent. Belgium's King Leopold decided that Africa was the next big territory that needed to be exploited for its natural resources and land.
whoa, wow, wow. Sometimes I'll be wondering, like, white people are the minority on the planet. How the heck did they colonize the whole earth? They make up less than 10% of the human population. How did they do it?
Germany's Chancellor Otto von Bismarck decided that rather than go to war over it, it would be much more civil to call a meeting with 15 countries to divide the continent up, like gentlemen, if you will. No African leaders were invited to participate. The scramble for Africa marked a 20-year period of pillaging, exploiting, dividing, and conquering nearly every part of the African continent to
But how did they conquer? That's the question. How did they conquer the African continent? Was it through? I mean, Africa is just way more Africans, or
establish territories for material gain and power for 7 European nations. The audacity. By 1975, more than 40 African countries had finally gained their independence through war, diplomacy, and protest. But the effects of that decades-long siege had a devastating impact on the continent that is still being felt.
I guess what I'm trying to say is Africa has the most rich is the most rich in natural resources. Not only that, there's more people there. How did these white people come over there? There's something they're not telling us. How did these white people come over there and colonize the whole land like that? They say, well, some people say because they had guns. Who gives a crap? They had guns. They're fighting on their land, their territory. If you fight anybody on their territory, you're at a disadvantage. So how did they do that? And that's a question I've asked my dad, who's a very well knowledge in African history. I haven't asked that many people, so I'm asking this now. How did less than 10% of the human population colonize pretty much the whole world, with the exception to like North Korea and China, and I guess, yeah, I'm talking about non-European countries. With the exception of those two, they literally have colonized every piece of land. How the heck did they do that?